The most dangerous word in life isn't failure or fear, it's tomorrow. If you've ever dreamed big but found yourself scrolling, sleeping in, or promising "I'll start tomorrow," then listen closely. This story is for you. It might just change everything. There once lived a young man named Amir in a small, dusty village surrounded by golden fields. Amir was different from the others. While the village boys played simple games and the men worked long hours under the sun, Amir sat on the porch of his modest home, staring at the horizon with eyes full of fire. He spoke endlessly of grand dreams, owning the largest farm in the region, building a beautiful house for his mother, traveling to the city to study, even becoming a successful businessman one day. Everyone who heard him smiled and nodded. "Amir has such ambition," they said. "He will go far." But there was one quiet truth no one dared say aloud: Amir was lazy. When the morning call to work came, the roosters crowed, the farmers rose, tools clinked, and the fields came alive. Amir stayed in bed. "The sun is too hot today," he'd mutter, pulling the blanket over his head. When his mother gently reminded him of the crops that needed tending, he'd reply with his favorite word, "Tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll start early. Tomorrow I'll work twice as hard. Just wait and see, my field will be the greenest, my harvest the biggest." Tomorrow never came. Years slipped by like sand through open fingers. Amir turned 25. His friends, those same boys he'd once looked down on for their small dreams, now had wives, children, steady work, and modest but happy homes. They waved to him as they passed with carts full of produce. Amir waved back, still sitting on the same porch, still talking about his plans. But his mother's hair had turned gray, her back bent from years of carrying water and working alone. The house roof leaked in the rain. The small plot of land his family owned grew wild with weeds. One evening, an old traveler passed through the village. He was weathered, with kind eyes and a slow walk. He stopped at Amir's gate and asked for water. Amir's mother welcomed him warmly and offered tea. As they sat, the old man listened to Amir speak of his dreams, the big farm, the city lights, the life he would build. The traveler smiled gently. "Ambition is a beautiful seed, my son," he said. "But a seed left in a drawer never grows. It only gathers dust." Amir laughed it off. "I know, uncle. I'll plant mine soon. Tomorrow, in fact." The old man looked at him for a long moment. Then he reached into his worn bag and pulled out 2 small pouches. "Here," he said. "Take these. One contains a seed of pure ambition. The other, a seed of laziness. Plant both tonight under the moonlight, water them, and come back in 30 days. You will see which one grows." Amir took the pouches, half amused, half curious. That night, he dug 2 small holes in the corner of the yard. He dropped 1 seed in each, poured a little water, and went back to bed, thinking it was just an old man's game. 30 days passed. Amir almost forgot. But one morning, something made him walk to the corner. To his shock, 1 seed had sprouted into a tiny, fragile green shoot, reaching weakly toward the sun. The other hole was empty, nothing but dry earth. He stared, confused. "How can this be?" he whispered. "I planted both the same way." His mother, who had been watching quietly, spoke. "No, my son. You didn't. Every day for a month, I saw you walk past the ambitious seed and ignore it. You watered it only once or twice when you remembered. But the lazy seed? You never touched it. You never fed it, never cared for it. And look, nothing grew from it. The ambitious seed grew because, even though you were careless, a few drops of water and a little sunlight reached it by chance. But it is weak, half dead. Imagine what it could have been if you had tended it every single day." Amir fell silent. For the first time, he truly saw. His dreams weren't dying because the world was unfair. They were dying because he had starved them with tomorrow. That very day, something shifted inside him. He rose before dawn. He took the hoe, walked to the overgrown family field, and began to work. His hands blistered. His back ached. Sweat burned his eyes. But he didn't stop. When his mother tried to help, he gently told her, "No, Ammy. This is mine to fix." Day after day, he cleared weeds, planted seeds, carried water, repaired the roof. He studied at night by oil lamp, teaching himself from old books borrowed from neighbors. He no longer spoke of grand futures, he simply acted. Months turned into years. The field turned green. The harvest was good, not the biggest in the village, but honest and earned. Amir built a small shop in the market with his savings. He married a kind woman who believed in him not for his words, but for his changed ways. His mother smiled again, her eyes bright. One evening, years later, Amir sat on his new porch, not the old broken one, with his own son beside him. The boy looked up and said, "Abu, when I grow up, I want to be like you. Successful." Amir put his arm around the child and said softly, "Don't be like me, Beta. Be better. Don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Water your dreams every day, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. Because ambition without action is only a dream. But ambition with discipline? That becomes a life worth living." And so, the boy grew up watching his father not just talk about greatness, but live it, one small, consistent step at a time. If this story touched something inside you, ask yourself, what have you been postponing with tomorrow? What small action can you take right now, today, to water your own seed of ambition? Because the truth is simple and powerful, dreams don't die from lack of ambition. They die from lack of effort. Change starts the moment you stop waiting.